So here we have three examples of verbs, and each one is in its infinitive form, right? Its to form, its basic form, AR, ER, or IR. Necesitar, correr, escribir. Now, there's no reason that to need has to be an AR verb, okay? It just so happens to be an AR verb. There's nothing about to need that makes it an AR verb or correr that makes it an ER verb, okay? And there are no versions of necesitar. For instance, there's no necesitar, there's no ER version. There's no necesitir, there's no IR version. Necesitar is always an AR verb, because that's what the verb is, right? It's necesitar. Same thing for correr, same thing for escribir. And there's no reason why necesitar has to be AR, why to need is AR, or why to run is ER, or why to write is IR. There's no reason. All right, it's just correr is just correr, it's ER. Escribir is just escribir, just IR. So how do we conjugate each of these verbs for yo? Yo necesito, yo corro, yo escribo. How about for tú? To say you do all these actions. Tú necesitas, tú corres, tú escribes. Do you see that? Tú necesitas, tú corres, tú escribes. Now how do you conjugate this verb in parentheses here? Yo camino en el centro comercial. Yo camino en el centro comercial. And this verb conjugated in parentheses? Tú corres en el parque. Yo camino en el centro comercial. Yo camino en el centro comercial. Now what are we actually saying here? When we have this conjugation, yo camino en el centro comercial, we could be saying that I walk every day, todos los días. Yo camino, I walk, todos los días. So this conjugation, just putting an O at the end of the verb for yo, could mean I walk. It's a general present, right? It's todos los días, every day, I walk every day. Yo camino en el centro comercial todos los días. We could also use this conjugation that we've been learning, like tú corres en el parque ahora. It could mean right now. It could be in progress right now. So tú corres could be you are running, right? Now we're using not a different tense here. It's the same conjugation we've been looking at. But we could use it for every day, like a general present, or we could use it like right here for right now. Tú corres, which means you are running. Not just you run, which could also be used, but you are running. Tú corres en el parque ahora. Or we could use this conjugation we've been looking at to talk about something that happens in the future. Mañana, like tomorrow. Mañana is tomorrow. So if I say yo camino en el parque mañana, I'm not using a new tense, I'm just using the ones we've been doing, but I'm using it in a context in which the future is being discussed. Yo camino en el parque mañana. So it's kind of like I will walk in the park tomorrow. I'm going to go walk in the park. I'm walking in the park tomorrow. Something like that. It's in the future, right? Don't worry too much about the specific translation into English. Just know that this tense we've been looking at, all these conjugations, can be used when you're speaking in the general present, like todos los días. The right now present, the ahora, which is in progress, or even in the future, okay? Like mañana, tomorrow. So tú corres en el parque could be you run, you are running, or you will run in the park. So just this one basic conjugation we've been looking at, it's not just the present tense, because it works in the present, meaning the general present, todos los días, every day, like you run or I walk. It could also be used in the present that's in progress. So normally an ing, right? Like you're running or I'm walking, ahora, now. And it could also be used in the future. Tú corres mañana. You'll run tomorrow. Yo camino mañana. I'll walk tomorrow. We do something similar in English, right? Especially for the future. If you're in, say you're in high school and you're talking to someone, you say, I present in front of the class tomorrow. You use the present conjugation, the present tense, to refer to the future, right? We do the same thing in Spanish. So these are the 3 time periods in which you can speak just on this conjugation we've been looking at. Whether it's you're speaking about yo, like yo corro, or tú corres, that could be I or you run every day. I or you are running, I am running right now. Or I'll run, you'll run in the future, tomorrow, next week, okay? So the time periods in which you can use this conjugation we've been looking at would be ahora, now, ahora, mañana, tomorrow. These are just examples. You can talk about next week, 2 days from now, in the future, next month, whatever. These are just some examples. Mañana is an example of the future time. Mañana, tomorrow. This is a description of, or a representation of mañana. See, all the days that have passed have been X'd out. The current day is the one that hasn't been X'd out. And then mañana, tomorrow, would be the day that's in red here. It's the day after today, right? Mañana. Or todos los días, all the days, every day. Todos los días, which would represent a general sort of present. Todos los días.